Good morning.
Welcome to our day.
Welcome to our day.
Okay. Are you sleepy?
Are you tired? Yeah. Are you tired? Is it nap time? Is it nap time? Yes, it is. Do you love me? Do you love me? I love you. I love you. I love you. Do you love me? Is it nap time? Is it nap time?
Dixie, come and lie down.
Is it nap time? Is it nap time? Yeah? Is it nap time?
Dixie, no more.
Do you love me? Oh, thank you. Is it nap time? Is it nap time? Yeah, Mum.
Yeah, Mum. Oh, I got that on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's nap then.
Yeah.
Let's nap.
Yeah.
Nap.
Yeah.
Nap.
Yeah.
Nap.
Yeah.
Nap.
Yeah.
Nap.
That one was funny. It was sideways.
Nap. Nap.
It's such a meaningful look as
Like
well.
that.
Yeah, it's like effort. It's nap time,
It
Mummy.
really is.
Yeah. My lip looks floppy.
It is.
Yeah. Oh. I'm not sure what...
Go bite it.
Yeah, I don't know what is happening. Can we nap now,
Let's go
Mummy?
nap.
That was super cute. Oh, she's holding the army thing. You're being cute, aren't you, Elbow? Oh.
Floppy tongue.
Beautiful.
Shit.
Keeps rolling away.
Yeah.
Well, aren't you two just the cutest? Look at you all chillaxed up there, Pickle. Is that comfy? Yeah? I love you. I love you. Yeah. So after going to gyms yesterday, this is our little pen paling haul. So we got these adorable little 3D, like slightly raised stickers. Some new...
It sounded so hard to get those words out.
It did. Why are you not... There you go. Some new paintbrushes. Made with love stickers for the engravings that I do. There's these stickers. Nope, these are little tapes. Like the actual tape holder bits are shite, but the tapes on the inside are actually pretty cool. And they're funky. And then there's these are like foamed ones as well. So we've got some alphabet letters. Then there's this, which is all just super adorably cute. And then there's this one. And the same for these. These are like slightly raised as well. Last time we went, we managed to find a ton of different Mr. Men tapes, but there was just this random one, and they didn't have much washi tape either, so this is the selection we got. The 3 top ones was in a packet together, and then the 3 bottom ones were just loose. Normally there's so much washi tape that it's overwhelming, but literally that was it. And then there's this one, which is a little bit different to the other stuff. And then these. Yay! They've got their ballies tonight. They're not too tired at all. Bless them.
We're okay with it.
Yeah.
Not our bras are standing up.
They are. So, yesterday, we didn't tell you, because we wanted to tell you all today. The day before yesterday, so Wednesday, I had received correspondence from Tesco's CEO via email. Yeah. And they were not impressed with the amount of cages that was in the photos that I sent them. So they contacted me and apologised, and then they asked to forward my details onto the duty managers at our local store, and I sent a reply saying that the reason why we come to the CEO was because our local store wasn't doing anything about it. And then our local store, one of the acting duty managers emailed me back on Wednesday and asked if she could speak to us. So I gave her my phone number, and then she rung yesterday morning, literally as we were on our way to the national doctor, and basically she hadn't seen the photos because for some reason they didn't transfer from my email to the CEO and then back over. For some reason it didn't go with it. But obviously the CEO had spoke to the duty manager explaining what she had seen on the photos, and then obviously what I said in my original email, like she relayed it all over to our local store's duty manager, and just from what she heard, she wasn't impressed either. And she asked if we could, like, when we were next going to be coming into the store, and we said that obviously we was going to be coming in today to do our weekly shop, and she asked if we would be able to, as soon as we get there, get customer services to call her down. And both Soph and I, well, Soph, from the minute that I told her this was happening, was building a house because she was shitting bricks. Me, on the other hand, was just calm as a cucumber all the way up until the point of, like, walking in. Soph's always chuckled at me because I never freak out about something until the second it is about to happen, and then I'm just like completely...
Yeah, and we're weird as a couple because I freak out and can't stop freaking out about stuff for, like, sometimes, depending on what it is, weeks on end if I know it's coming. And then Charlie will just be, like she said, completely cool. There's still one in there. Oh, it's not anymore.
Mummy.
I'm sorry. And then, and then we'll get there, and Charlie will, it's like a flip of the switch. Charlie will freak out, and then I've got to sort of help, and it's sort of like my sort of, I don't know, to a certain degree, probably mother hen instincts, so to speak, just like overtake.
My anxieties just go straight up. I clam out. I just...
Saying that, I was really proud of you today.
What, speaking?
Well, yeah, she spoke to you more than she spoke to me.
I think it's
She's
because...
nice, because you're the one that made
yeah.
the complaint.
When I used to be able to walk and I wasn't sick or anything like that, I was always the one not to give a shit if there was confrontation, I'd be the first one there to be amongst it. And then since I got sick, and particularly in the wheelchair, that
Thank you.
the anxieties has just gone boom, and it's horrible. But, and then like when I met Soph, she couldn't even go in the front garden without somebody with her.
Literally. I was too scared to go in the front
Yeah.
garden of our house.
And now she goes out and about, and I'm pretty much like, oh, hey there. I can't go out on my own.
I mean, I still get bad. I'm only really okay going to places that I know.
Yeah, if it was like a new place in particular, I'd have to go with her. But it's just weird how it works. So obviously when we get there, we hear blaring music, and we're like, what the hell's going on? And they're raising money, like 3 days, but in the little foyer bit of the Tesco store, they've got this like DJ person, and the music was extremely loud.
It's like one of those portable sort of like bar slash
DJ in person in a
decking
car.
things. Yeah. Like in a little trailery sort of thing.
Like to the point that when I was speaking to customer services asking them to call the duty manager down, she couldn't even hear me. It was that loud.
It was loud.
And then when the duty manager came down, she even said, should we move away because this is quite loud? But obviously they're doing it for a reason, so...
Yeah, and they were all dressed up in like
80s gear.
80s outfits and like fluorescent colours and patterns
Afros
and
and stuff like that. So yeah, basically then what she wanted to do was she wanted to walk the store with us and try and figure out which aisles it is that are the worst. And then just try to identify like where would be best to put the cages. And like at one point in the store they put cages there because it's a big open space, but then they do big stacks of alcohol in like the tins in a cardboard box. So then when they put the crates there in an empty space, they don't leave enough gap between the cages and the boxes, so it still makes it really difficult. So yeah, we kind of just talked over that on what's easier, and Soph mentioned about the cardboard that they leave lying around, and just like the common sense of people that if they can see me trying to get down an aisle, use their noggin and move stuff.
Yeah, like actually, even if they don't like offer to help, but they just think like
See and twig.
Their noggin. Yeah, actually, I know that box is going to be in that person's way, whether they can walk or whether they can't walk.
Yeah.
Not, that's not the point here.
Yeah. And then once we'd done all the store, like walking with her, she has to see the photos. So obviously I showed her the photos. And she was quite shocked as well with how bad they were.
She said that she was really embarrassed.
Yeah.
On behalf of the store, she was embarrassed.
Yeah. And they've given us, I did bring it up. Soph's covered it. They gave us a gift voucher.
Oh, it's a pretty one.
Yeah, me to you, Bear. Just as an apology and a thank you for coming in and walking the store with them and talking to them. She did want to walk the store with another duty manager. They did call him, but he was busy at the time. And then obviously once we'd finished with her, we just carried on with our shopping. And then... You're so sneezy.
Yeah, no.
So sneezy.
I am.
Snow seasoning.
I
That...
didn't want...
No.
No.
Oh, oh, bless you! So yeah, we started shopping, and then I said to Soph actually when we went up to one of the aisles, I was like, all the managers are gathering up there now, they're talking about it.
That she's talking to them.
Yeah, and then suddenly I was getting Gizmo's lemongrass, and then the duty manager come up and she's like, I've accosted your wife.
Did she
Yeah,
say that?
yeah,
Terrace?
and-
She literally did. I was there scanning watercress, and all of a sudden she was just like, "This is Ricky" or whatever, and I was just like, "Whoa!"
He was like,
it was so.
I said to
cool.
Soph afterwards, my neck was hurting. He was so tall, and I'm like 4 foot tall in my wheelchair, and he was probably like nearly 7 foot.
Oh,
And I was literally like this, like, yeah.
it was horrible, wasn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
he was lovely, as was she, but the height was a bit daunting.
And with this like wonky wig and
Yeah,
bright yellow
like
top.
a really, really bad sort of mullet wig.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
And they both turned and said that they actually appreciate the fact that we approached.
What's wrong, baby girl? Okay? What's it? What's wrong?
I don't know.
Is it sorted?
I think so.
Yeah?
Good girl. They said that they apologised that nothing was done following the first couple of times that we've mentioned it in store. And they both said that they appreciate that we contacted the CEOs to like make them aware of the situation. And they turned and said that so many people are just too scared to say anything, and then they just go on thinking that everything's perfect, fine and dandy because nobody's actually said anything. So they don't see it as the fact that we complained. They mainly just saw it as us making them aware of the situation.
Yeah, so
and
that they could then improve the situation.
yeah, and I turned and said to him that I know what it's like to be able-bodied and walking, and I know what it's like to be fully wheelchair-bound. So I can see the difference it can be from one thing to another. So it gives me more insight. And obviously with Soph, she lives with somebody in a wheelchair full-time, so she can as well. And if it wasn't for us saying that there was something wrong, they would never know, and they would never be able to fix anything.
Yeah, and as well, in terms of like some members of staff not using their initiative, they said that they work mostly during the days, whereas these people were generally the nighttime shift, and they rarely see each other because there's like the afternoon shift in between them, so they don't really see them, so they don't really get any feedback from that.
He turned around and said that there's like 4 guys on that do this one job, but because of the way the shifts work, in a week they've only seen one of the guys. So it's because of the way the hours work, they don't always get to see everybody. But what they're doing is they're now going to be doing training days and just like reteaching people of ways that we've now said. So yes, they've had training, but they've not had the training from a wheelchair person's perspective.
Yeah.
So now they're going to be teaching everybody this. And like they said, that it's not going to be done overnight, and we appreciate that. We know it's not going to be done, but it's the fact they're trying to make a difference.
And I mean, it was really nice as well because he said that as soon as he heard about it, he mentioned it to one of the nighttime guys, and instantly he was trying to come up with other ideas to help the situation, wasn't he?
Yeah,
so that was really lovely.
Like literally nobody has seen it as us being
pains in the ass.
Yeah, like arseholes just complaining.
Because obviously it took a lot for us to actually make the complaint, so to speak, didn't it? Because
we don't like
confrontation. We don't like telling people that they're not doing something right. I mean, when we say stuff on here, it's kind of different because
we're talking to a screen.
Yeah, so we're kind of just more like ourselves than we're in
our own home.
Been.
I mean, it's
yeah.
a perfect example. When I met my new CPN, she was dreading coming to meet me because of how she's seen me in public, because I look down, I don't speak, I'm I look miserable as fuck, basically.
She thought that you were really standoffish and that you would...
It'd just be hell to work with.
Yeah, not necessarily that you were aggressive.
No.
But you are completely not approachable. It's what she always got the impression, wasn't it?
And then when she came to our house, she's like, you're a completely different person. I was like, that's because I'm not having to meet people and talk to people and risk... Like, I always get panicky that I'm going to get a bug if I'm too close to somebody as well. So I just don't go to people. And that's kind of the same as, like, when we're making complaints or, like, making people aware to us being on the camera. It's completely different. But yeah, they were, like, completely lovely and just totally respected everything. And then I said to Sophie that because the duty manager that we saw, she hadn't seen the photos, or for some reason they just got lost within the ether, I've emailed them over to her now so that, like, her team can see them and she can use them for the training purposes.
And she gave you her personal number, didn't she, for like her personal work number, so that if there's ever another issue to do with the store, even if it's like something to do with the parking or something to do with one of the shelves or something, if we find anything that
doesn't work properly,
then we can just
let them know, and they'll basically bend over backwards as much as they can to make it accessible for disabled people.
Exactly, because I mean, like he said, their whole purpose is to make money. That's what they're there for. They're there to serve customers and make money. So obviously they want us to be able to shop. They don't want us to be going in there, dreading going in there, getting out as soon as possible, not being able to buy everything we want, and having arguments in there. Because I said, didn't I, that at one point we had a full-blown argument.
Yeah.
And she was just like, yeah, that is the last thing that we want, is for people to be getting upset in here.
Yeah. But on another note, when I was printing off photos and Soph was getting her breakfasts, I had this old woman, she was about 60, and she came up to me. There was me just uploading... No! Just a random person doing her shopping.
Just a random
person. She had a trolley and she was picking up a magazine.
I see.
Yeah, and I was just merrily uploading the pictures to the printer thing, and this woman, she comes up to me, she touches me like this, and first of all I'm like, someone's touching me, they better not have germs.
I'm not okay with it.
I'm like, do I need to get the alcohol gel out and just be like, just get away? And she bends down and looks at me and just
like
said, you are an amazing lady. And what else was it she said?
Was it something like, you are so strong? Or
you are so strong. And I was just like, thank you. And she's just like, don't ever forget. And then just walks away. I'm just sat there like, where the hell did that come from? I was expecting her to come up and sort of say, your wheelchair's in the way, your wheelchair's dirty, you shouldn't be in here. Why have you got that face mask on? And just a whole host of, like, picky things because I look different or because I'm just...
Yeah, like the usual things that you get from people.
But no, it was just this really lovely random comment that came out of nowhere and then...
Ended as quickly as it started.
And then when Soph was here, she's like, what are you looking for? It's like, this lady just did this. And I'm like, but now she's gone. She's just disappeared. But she was there. I did not make this up. It genuinely happened. And I was just like completely shocked. Completely. But it was really lovely. So that's our adventures with Tesco's. And we still managed to do a shop.
Yeah.
And we both slept when we got home because we hadn't recovered from yesterday.
I didn't actually see.
I did hear you snoring a little bit at one point.
Okay, I must have slept for literally like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think you did your whole, ooh, need to wake up.
Probably.
Yeah. So, that's our day. Hope you've had a good day as well. And thanks for coming on this day with us. And we will see you tomorrow.